A rivalry as intense as ever between Castleford and Featherstone. And when the Castleford names were read out, Graham Stedman's was roundly booed. You'd probably expect that, playing against his former side. And Featherstone straight away looked to get a try in the corner with Eva Rapati. Well, what a start that would have been. And they're still going, and the ball is down, and it's over, and it can't be a try, surely. I thought the referee was saying no immediately. It was Gary Rose. What a sensational first derby match that would have been for him. But I saw Robin Whitfield signal no try immediately, so despite Rose's leap, it wasn't to be. And now Castleford need the ball, and they've got it. And, Gary French. Well, what a start, David.
Well, that was sensational to say the least. It's always been daunting to come to Featherstone. It's always difficult to play here, so parochial a crowd and biased. And Cass know that there's more than reputations at stake this afternoon.
And I was saying about Graham Stedman, and obviously he really want to do well against the club that sold him to Castleford.
Well, I would imagine it would be difficult. I've never been in that position myself, but it is difficult. You're coming back and playing against teammates you actually played with. They know a little bit about you, and I've no doubts at all the crowd will give him a lot of stick. Incredible start to this game here. I mean, I can't see what was wrong with that there, but the touch judge obviously said it was in touch, and he was at that side of the player. But what a start.
Now Castleford are coming back up the slope into Featherstone half. Kevin Ward driving in as first man here, looking to unload. Joyner, Stedman, and wow, Ross for a forward pass, and referee Whitfield again is going to bring them back.
Well, there's no doubt in the tension here this afternoon. It's electric. Both sides knowing they've got to play well, and in front of an audience as we have here today, they'll be more than critical.
Yes, Robin Whitfield getting in the middle of things there. Almost in the scrum. That's a penalty for Featherstone. It's only the second time Robin Whitfield has ever officiated here at Post Office Road. Last time was for a floodlit game against Wigan. Featherstone will be looking to the inspirational Derek Fox for leadership. He is their captain, and he's the man who makes them tick. Might sound repetitive over the last few weeks, but the wind yet again is playing a big part today. It's been prevalent wherever we've been. Chris Burton. Trevor Clark, acting half-back, now finds Fox on his left. Jeff Gratian, the ball goes down though. So the two most experienced men in the side, not in harness on that occasion. French. Along the line is Jeff Hardy. Well, the last time we saw Hardy on scrum down, he was playing for Sheffield Eagles against Widnes in our first match of the series this season, and he got 2 tries that day. Castleford's recent fall from grace makes it all the more imperative for them to get a win here today.
Yes, it must be more than just, I think it's an attitude problem with them, because they've got so many good players. It's just a matter of getting those players together, and I would have thought that's something that Darrell van der Velde will have to work hard on, to get the players in the right frame of mind to start playing the football they're all capable of playing.
Perhaps lost a little confidence in recent weeks as Chris Burton powers forward again. Doesn't make a lot of progress though. Ooh, Tim Sharp's pass there, an awkward one to pick up. Newlove did so. Castleford have French out of the play at the moment, lying down injured. That's a useful kick. More than useful. So the shouts are, come on. To Featherstone, they know that this is their chance coming down the hill in the first half.
And noticed the expression then on Tim Sharp's face, the opposite Steadman. He knows that he's got to put on a good performance today, and he's got the right sort of attitude and venue for it.
Well, already this season, Rovers have come out on top against Castleford. There was one drawn affair, of course, in the Yorkshire Cup as well. That's the first we've seen of Graham Steadman in the game, and an attacking guys. Lovely jinking run. England does well to get that one away for Larder. Of all people, Larder up there alongside him. I say of all people because he's the full-back, and he was in a well-advanced position. That's a good ball, slipped again by French. Steadman, this time he elects to kick, and that's a super spinning kick. Oh, that is the most perfect kick he could possibly have negotiated.
Well, what better could you ask for to start the game than that? A lovely jinking run and then a superb kick right across the floor, gained something like 40 yards.
Must have done his confidence good.
Absolutely.
Record signing. Showing that there is some money in the game. When you think that Featherstone bid £170,000 for Lee Crooks. Fee that staggered a lot of people. Here's Castleford with a real chance. French 5 yards out. Getting that ball from the scrum was crucial. And well, they're still here because the ball was knocked back. Oh, it went into Newlove's hands. A little steadiness there, and the first points had to be on the board.
Well, you can put that down to nerves, really, in a local derby situation, but there was no excuse for passing the ball to the man on the opposite side.
Burt once more. Smack it to Kevin Ward. Aided and abetted there by Neil Batty. Gratian, Fox. Shorter ball to Bibb. And on the last tackle. It'll be Fox to kick, but there's an offside anyway. And such is the attraction of this match that fans are still outside the ground, determined to get in, willing to pay their money. And there's no doubt, whatever else happens in the season, this is regarded as the match of the season at Post Office Road. Oh, that was delightful, and Fox has made the break, and he's got support on either side. He turns it to the left, and once again the ball is spilled. It was all just a little bit too hurried in the end. Derek Fox had almost too many options perhaps. He still found his man coming in support, Alan Dakin, and eventually the ball spun for Castleford into their hands. Relief at both ends.
They really depend on him a lot. He does make some superb runs. By taking that ball flat, the defence really couldn't get a grip with him. And he just saw the gap and went straight through it. Everyone has given chase, but he takes the right option. He had to give it out. The pass got in that time. But of course, the forward with him couldn't really get it away properly. And Joyner got in the way, and just didn't happen.
No points, but a lively enough start, as you would have expected. But these sides well psyched up before the kick-off. Ward is psyched up now. Thundering at the hill. No doubt Peter Fox was rather cross that Featherstone didn't register. Here come Castleford once more. Just going to go dead. Here comes Jeff Gratian, lapping it up as always. This is his Sunday afternoon out. Bibb. Again, Fox comes scampering, and Trevor Clark was on the burst. The penalty already awarded by referee Whitfield. So the New Zealander has to go back. rather disappointed, I think. Referee Whitfield wearing that strapping on his thigh. He's taking thunders into the other half. First 10 minutes have been played without a score. Tell you that was a knock-on by Ian Smales, although he looks rather rueful about it. The referee Whitfield, as he always is, was right by the action. So Castleford healed the last scrum critically. You might well think they should have scored from it. They didn't, but they've got the ball again. Again, that's a great pass from Graham Steadman, bringing on Grant Anderson. Larder. England who reclaimed his Great Britain place this season. John Joyner well, he was looking to get the ball out, I'm sure. The two men hanging on. Castleford are camped up here now. Hardy, Anderson's there, but Anderson, who's only got one try this season. He was top try scorer last year, well over 20. Larder elects for the high one. And, it's not only high, it's nearly out the ground. It would have been but for the scoreboard.
I think the only thing that highlighted then was how strong this wind is. It's nullified really the advantage of coming down the slope. So they really have to throw the ball about and play rugby. They've got to get points on the board this half, because they could be in all kinds of trouble if Featherstone do hold them, because they can kick and sit on their lead.
Larder certainly has been a very good acquisition from Australia this season, one of the better ones, I would have said. Really powering him back over his own line. Fox. Oh, Newlove again. The word has been that Paul Newlove has lost a little bit of confidence in recent weeks. He's not scored in the last 8 matches, but he's run encouragingly twice today, and lovely ball again from Gratian to Fox. Just keeping the attacking player at bay. That's tackle. That wasn't an easy position for Fox to kick from, and it'll be picked up over there by St John Ellis eventually. And he delayed the pass, and this is good. Larder, and that's a great ball back inside for Hardy. And that was good teamwork between Ellis, Larder and Hardy. They all knew where one another, where they all were. French, Joyner, Ward. Well, some lively stuff from Castleford in these opening moments. It's not easy to hold on to the ball today, and Steadman can't keep his feet either for the moment. Well, there have been a lot of promising raids, if no tries as yet. Joyner, it's going to go into Featherstone hands again. Both sides have had their chances. They
have a few bad passes spoiled it really, but it is back to the classic cast we all knew some time ago when they throw the ball about.
What a time for Burton to drop the ball, and St John Ellis, 15 yards out, was only too thankful to pick it up. Dean Sampson, son of the former Castleford coach Dave Sampson. Joyner, the short ball for Ward, and Ward looks for the supporting Steadman, and he's held up by very good tackling, 7 yards out. Well, Castleford have got tremendous options here, and Batty, they thought there was an obstruction, but he's hauled down again just before the last tackle. They'll have to be quick if they're going to get a try. Featherstone amassing the ranks, but he's buried his way over, I think. Looks to have tunnelled his way, but Robin Whitfield again says no try, and he was right on the line. So Steve Larder this time is denied. Well, that's happened at both ends.
Well, Castle determined to play good football, and they are, because the ball is being passed in very difficult conditions. They're moving about. The final pass has let them down time and time again. But Whitfield was there at that time, and it was quite obvious that it wasn't a try because nobody really argued about it. Quick play the ball here and dives forward for the line, but there's no doubts at all about it. He was there as well, and that ball certainly wasn't across the line.
And full marks to Robin Whitfield again. He really was there when it counted. He got a first-hand view of it. Nobody could deny that. Derek Fox loses it, but managed to regather okay. Well, there are bound to be a lot of mistakes today, David. I don't know about you, my fingers are absolutely freezing up here on the gantry already, so imagine what it's like trying to catch a rugby ball.
That's right, it's blowing, there is rain and hail in the air, and the ground, very tricky underfoot conditions.
Fox ducked and dived and managed to avoid the tackle coming in. The first try is going to be very, very important in this match, and Fox tries to produce something for Featherstone by kicking down towards that corner. This one won't reach touch. Larder sets off. Spirited player who's done well in the full-back berth. I think once the side gets on the scoreboard here, it will lift them. You saw the way arms were raised by the Castleford players when they thought Lardwood got in, and it means so much to them today.
I can't understand that, though, you see, because really Castleford are now in their own 25. They've already had 3 plunges with the ball. I would have thought it wohad been better on the first or second to have banged it up the field. It would have saved the forwards all that hammering away and being tackled by the defence.
Stedman kicked it that time, and Chris Bibb escapes the clutches of the first man up, who was Grant Anderson. It's Alan Banks wearing the number 2 shirt today. He's worn 6 different shirts this season. Now Newlove. He's a very elusive runner, isn't he, Phil Newlove?
Strong lad, he's come on, being capped at 17, the youngest player to play for Great Britain, and he shows that he's really got it there. He's lost confidence, I felt, in the last couple of weeks, but he certainly started off well today.
They do say around these parts that his brother Sean is going to be a top-notcher too. Oh, that's lost, and it's gone straight into Anderson's hands. He was in the right place at the right time. England will carry the move on, coming towards the Featherstone 25, and this time it's a penalty for Castleford, offside against Chris Burton. So Graham Stedman elects to kick a goal.
I've just noticed in the game, actually, the passes are being dropped more often than not because players aren't running from depth. They are standing flat and still, and as a result, they're in a position where the man going forward gets the ball out, and because he's not on the move at all, they're just dropping the ball.
So the one-time Featherstone player has the chance to put his new club ahead. Stedman is a left footer. And he's a 2-point scorer. The ball is out of the ground, but the flags are up, and 2 points for Stedman, 2 points for Castleford. So, first blood to Cass. Kevin Ward sets spot again. You see, he'll want to do well today. He'll know that Lee Crooks, who's recently been signed from Leeds, is sitting on the touchline, just awaiting to come back, and he knows his place is in jeopardy. He was, in fact, left out to accommodate Crooks. And Kevin Beardmore barged off his first tackler. Nick, down on the touchline.
John, just an indication of the conditions. Alan Banks out here on the Featherstone right wing, quite near the touchline here, has been desperately trying to keep warm. He's not doing it now, but he's been shaking his hands about in a desperate attempt to keep warm, and that's a very difficult job for wingers who aren't getting much service on a day like this. The rain is blowing horizontally into their faces.
I know the feeling. Yes, there must be days, David, when you're desperate for somebody to send you a flask of coffee out there.
There's nothing worse than playing when your hands are cold and your feet are cold. It really does put you off, especially when you're being knocked down all the time by big forwards.
You knew all about that here at Featherstone. See Fox's kick again, he's swirling back, and he's found a touch anyway. That was the important thing for him. So midway through the half, and the only points have gone to Castleford. That will disappoint Derek Fox, who's looking to add to that tally today. John Joyner did pick up an injury about 2 or 3 minutes ago when Stedman was preparing to take his penalty kick. Joyner was receiving treatment. Cassie's ball once more from the scrum. That's a useful pass. Well, what a fine tackle by Ian Smales. He saw what was happening there, and it was on Stedman, so that helped as far as the Featherstone fans were concerned. They enjoyed that. Samson. He's well named, is this lad. Certainly don't get too many Delilahs in rugby league. Was a nasty bounce. Who's got it? Featherstone have got it, fortunately for them. And here's the man who's supposedly the target of Castleford attentions, Chris Bibb. Castleford have denied that this week. And Alan Banks has got a touch of that ball, so he'll be a lot happier down there. Didn't last for long. They were calling for the longer ball to be thrown out there.
I think that's one of the problems they've got now, playing in their own 25. Such a strong wind, they've got to try and move the ball to get people into gaps on the outside to try and make ground by running it rather than just kicking it.
It's noticeable, even Derek Fox, adroit as he is, he's finding difficulty in finding his men with the longer passes.
I think a lot of it is because they're lying too shallow, and what they want to do is have people come onto the ball on the burst, play it quickly and then get it out on the outside.
It's a day for fumbles. Castleford are still trying to get Neil Roebuck on and John Joyner off. And also, of course, if the passing is shallow, it means the opponent is up on you that much quicker.
That's just the reason why so many passes have gone to the floor.
Gratian this time gets it out, squirted the pass away for Banks. He was held. Newland, he thought of kicking then and then decides that he can go another 5 yards, which he did. This time Derek Fox will kick, came back from a Castleford body and picked up, thankfully so, by Ward. It's heavy going out there at the moment, and Hardy, the former Brisbane Bronco, and Sheffield Eagles. It's an unusual combination. French, Stedman. Oh, and he gets it back from Batty, who did nicely then to tuck that pass in. So on the last tackle, John Joyner. Well, it might be his last contribution, because they're still desperate to get him off with that shoulder injury. Poor old Neil Roebuck down on the touchline has been warming up, and that's the only word for it today, for a good 2 or 3 minutes. Trying to keep warm down there. They've missed Fox out this time, and Burton comes on the rampage. Fox reverses the ball to Dakin. Jeff Gratian has stayed down with an injury, so he looks in some discomfort. The kick through is a good one, and Clark following through just couldn't get there. Well fallen on by Keith England. So Featherstone for the moment have a player out, but it doesn't matter if Castleford have knocked on. And now John Joyner says, "Please, can I go, sir?" The answer is yes. Neil Roebuck, former Bradford Northern player who's joined his hometown club. So John Joyner, with that shoulder injury, has to retire. And it remains to be seen whether they can repair it, should they need him to come back on. Still no try scored in this match. It's Hardy for Castleford, looks for a gap and gets it away. And that's a lovely ball reversed inside for Larder. Fine tackle on him by Bibb, who'd come up from the full-back position, saw what was on. Stedman once more. A looped ball for French that time. Well, that'll be a knock-on and picked up by Fox, who's got a bit of time to think about things this time. Newlover tries to hold off Hardy, Roebuck helped him out. Oh, it wasn't a knock-on. Eva Rapati has the ball in his hands, and that's, I think, the first time since the first minute of the match. The New Zealander here who is one more match to play, that's all. So John Joyner is just seeking advice, I think, on that shoulder. And, not a nice moment, I'm sure, for him. You really get the feeling that when a try does come, it's going to come from a mistake.
Absolutely, but you have to hand it to Featherstone. I mean, obviously the tactic is employed because of the wind, but they are throwing the ball about quite a bit and taking a lot of risks by throwing the ball across the face of the opposition.
Who wants it? It's the handover, so Castleford are here 30 yards out. And a spirited plunge forward. That was Kevin Beardmore. This is Neil Roebuck. Hardy, he's a strong fellow, he's Hardy, and he's got the ball away this time for Anderson, who's surely, he was short the first time, and then the ball was scored in any case. Well, they can't get any closer without scoring. But it was a forward pass in the first instance.
Yes, that was interesting there. Everybody's getting excited, but Robbie Whitfield had already spotted the forward pass and had called the scrum well before the crowd had realised. Just watch a nice piece of interchange passing then, and they've done this quite well at times, and Hardy does create space out of nothing. But of course the referee had spotted the forward pass, and everybody's now getting terribly excited about it. It would have been a double movement as well, I'd have thought.
Not an easy one either. But, Rapati just to put the ball down and tap it in with his foot.
The idea is right to move the ball away from their 25, but they are taking a lot of risk, and their passing isn't the best of passing, and they'll have to tighten that up. But the pressure, of course, is on Cass there. I feel Cass must score this half. They must score more points than they already have to go in with a commanding lead, so they don't have this win in the second half.
Another chance coming for them now, maybe. Roebuck. French, a little kick through, taken by Bibb. Well, we've had almost half an hour here, and the line has not been breached as yet. again, and Newland once more. Very good run from Paul Newland. Well, he looks to have got his confidence there today to me.
Well, that's better. That's 3 times less. People taking the ball on the burst from depth, running at the Castleford defence, and you can see how easy it is to wrong foot people if you run straight at them.
Now St Gianelli's his turn, and we've not seen anything of him today yet, but it's because he's not had the ball in his hands. He's going to go a long way back here. He's going to go all the way over his own line if he's not careful. Tigerish tackling from Featherstone. It's a strange kick from Fox, but the ball literally can end up anywhere today. The news from the touchline, by the way, is that John Joyner's shoulder is not dislocated. It's probably unlikely he'll come back into the game. He could do so if really desperate. Larder.
It's interesting to see then how they were playing that. Then they knew the big kick was coming. They had Derek Fox roaming in the middle of the field, and Biv had gone back an incredible 40-50 yards. So of course he would have been there for the long kick.
Yes, despite the conditions, they are still trying to throw that ball around, and the handling really hasn't been at all bad, because I do assure you it's bitterly cold, and now it's a penalty against Castleford. So 16 errors in all. Castleford have made 2 more, but I don't think that's a really bad count on a day like this.
Well, it's as bad conditions as you could possibly have for the handling game. It's slippery underfoot. It's raining, and there's a strong wind blowing down the field, which makes it nearly impossible to run against it.
And here comes the human hurricane, Chris Burton. And it would lift the Featherstone morale no end if they could get a try. Gary Rose is the next one up, former keeper, the hod carrier. He's enjoying this more than he is carrying his bricks. Duration. Again, Dakin brings it out, but they'll be able to keep the move going. And they do. Oh, great running down there. That's marvellous stuff. Smales involved in Rapati, and so was Terry Manning. They were all in there then. And they're being roared on by the crowd at the back of those sticks. Now then, can Fox weave his magic? Well, that's a penalty for a high tackle. What's going to happen? Referee Whitfield has already awarded the penalty, and he is flattened. Dean Sampson.
They've stepped up their game here. Smales doing the runaround with Derek Fox, but look at that, straight over the top of him. But Robin Whitfield was there as well, and I think that he thought it wasn't an intentional. I know it's hurt the player because he's still on the floor, but the referee was there, and whilst he has awarded a penalty and he is talking to the players, he hasn't made any sort of move to send anyone from the field to play.
No, he's just had a word with Dean Sampson. Sampson is staying on the field. But Featherstone do have a penalty. Oh, he's having another word with Dean Sampson now. The lecture sufficient. And, Derek Fox will try to pop over his 51st goal of the season. Reached his half-century last week against Warrington. Well, on any normal day, this would be a simple kick. Today, I'm not so sure. But Fox is sure enough. The ball is safely between the posts. Featherstone are level.
I've got the feeling they've stepped their game up for the last 5 or 6 minutes. They were a little in awe of Castleford. Castleford throwing the ball about a bit. They were playing it hard. I know they were pinned in their own half, but they seem to have raised their game. And for the last 4 or 5 minutes, they really feel they have a chance of scoring themselves despite the wind.
Only 5 minutes to half-time. Still no tries scored. Fox, that was a delightfully delivered pass once more. Yes, you're right, David, they have stepped up their game. There's a bit of spring in the step here. And, important for them not to make a mistake before half-time.
Yes, it is. They're taking the ball on the burst, they're coming straight, Smales in particular, and as a result, 2 or 3 Cast players are having to tackle the man with the ball and then getting caught there and drawing them in from the outside, and then Derek Fox obviously wants to move it out then to the outside men as quickly as he can.
Tim Sharp likes to kick, and you saw how the ball was held up in the wind. There was no knock on it, came off Sean Irwin's ankle. England still gets the ball away. That was all right. Kevin Ward. Always takes 2 or 3 to stop him in full flight. French, yes, the kick over the top was predictable, the right thing to do, so was that by Fox. Banks has a run, good for him to have a bit of a tilt. Sprightly runner. So still, he's been around the rugby league scene for a few years now. He won't mind me saying that. Oh, that's a lovely ball. And they've kept it going, and here is Fox again, sprinting down this hill as he's done countless times. Trevor Clark takes it on. It's on the last tackle though. Could be a drop goal maybe. No, Fox will just chip it through. It wasn't an easy one to take, but Larder was equal to it. Going on in him from everywhere. They're doing it to be fit.
Well, the game plan of Featherstone's is excellent, because what they're doing is taking it out wide, then bringing it back inside and tightening it up, moving it out quickly, and Smales is standing on the outside, and already he's made 1 or 2 telling runs, which has broken the Castleford defence.
The raw heightened when Larder lost his boot and all that. He was playing in his stocking feet for a moment. Stedman puts it up almost to the Featherstone 25.
I talked about their game plan. They brought the ball out wide. That was a kick ahead in that situation, down to the full-back. That puts the full-back under pressure. He has to get out of that, and Featherstone have maintained an attacking going forward.
Ian Smales has just had another plunge. These are good moments for Featherstone, coming towards the hooter. It's Castleford's turn to hold out. A minute left of the half, that's all. Well, it's long enough for somebody to register. The passing is right. Foxhill will just plug onto that one. Trevor Clark, Jeff Gratian. The proverbial bar of soap.
Oldstager knew he was in trouble then, would have only given trouble to other players, held it himself, was prepared to take the 2 tacklers. Time to get up and play it.
Fox again elects for the kick. Irwin. Well, it'll be a rarity indeed if Castleford don't get a try today. A marvellous record over the last 2.5 seasons. And they're trying to put that right now with Grant Anderson. Crispin can't take them today. And that is a sorry sight, but there is the hooter. David, it's not been a bad half, despite the fact we haven't got a try.
Well, I think Featherstone will be well pleased with themselves. Their game plan has been evident this afternoon. They've kept it tight, they've moved it out wide, and of course Cass must wonder what's going to hit them this second half, because I'm sure they'll have the wind played against them better than they've played it themselves.
Yes, I can tell you one thing is going to hit them, the wind and the rain, but there we are, 2 points each, a goal for Derek Fox, a goal for Graham Steadman. We'll be right back with the second half after the break.
Peter, are you happy with the situation as it stands?
Yes, we've done well this first half. Went against a very strong wind, holding them to 2-2, stopping them scoring tries. That's all we could have hoped for, to be level. We didn't expect ever to be in front in this first half.
A kicking game in the second half?
Well, we shall use the ball up the field and keep them penned up here if we can. The tackling's still got to be as strong and stop them breaking away, and we might have the opportunity of winning the game.
Peter, thanks very much indeed. The news from the Castleford dressing room, by the way, they're very doubtful whether John Joyner will take any further part in the match. And just a line about Robin Whitfield's about to start the game. He came out of his dressing room without his whistle, went back for it. He's ready now, so away. Here's John.
It's about the only thing. It's not the only thing that has been blown away this afternoon. It's very much a forwards game, David, is this one?
It is, but he is right, Peter Fox. He's got to say exactly how the game goes. It'll be stupid for them to hold the ball in their own 25, and I'm sure Derek Fox is alert enough to know that he's got to get his side down into the Castleford half.
And a personal thank you to all the Featherstone players for changing their strips for the second half. We can see the numbers again. Long boot downfield is fielded by Larder. Runs straight into Smales and Rose. The scrums in the first half, a real slaughtering there. 7-1 to Cass. And they also took 2 against the head, one of them very close to the Featherstone line. The penalties conceded, Cass 6, Featherstone 3, and the errors equal. Steadman finds a gap, and he's a very sprightly mover, is Graham Steadman. The former fireman, been down a few greasy pools in his time. He's on a greasy pitch today. And French juggles with it, held it in the end, and that's a dodgy one to take, but Viv has done so very well. Burton's never stopped working today. And those pristine white shorts will soon be covered in mud. Fox's kick this time, spinning away from Irwin. He's on it now, all right, in full flight and coming straight down the middle. Sean Irwin, one of a number of players here today, will be playing in the Great Britain Under-21 International at Doncaster next Friday night against France. Under the new lights there at Tattersfield. French's long pass this time. Picked up by Sampson. Puts it out for Larder, now for Steadman. Good lively work from Castleford at the start of this second half. They know they've got it all to do. Hardy's kick through this time. It's going, will it get to that line? No, Rapati's back there. You just managed to stay in play, did you? Had a good shot at that. Well, we've had a Featherstone verdict. Let's have a Castleford one now from their recent signing, Lee Crooks.
Lee, what were your thoughts watching the first half?
Well, obviously, it's been a very close game. I think the conditions are having a big bearing on the game. It's a local derby, so things are going to be tight. But I think that obviously we need to probably push the ball a little bit wider and attack them more on the fringes.
A little bit concerned that you weren't ahead, bearing in mind you had the wind in the first half.
Yeah, I think that we probably should have used the wind a little bit more, but I think it'll help us in our attack because the ball will tend to get blown backwards more than forward. So I say we've got to keep pushing it wide and try and attack them wider out.
To be honest, it's the sort of day. It's not a bad day to be in the dugout, isn't it?
I suppose you could say that, but I'd rather be out there than here, I think.
Thanks very much, Lee.
I was just thinking he looked a little bit warmer.
Well, they really are doing the right tactic, but as Peter Fox said, they must tackle as well, because if they move up quickly, it nullifies the long kick downfield if you miss that important tackle, because Cass now are going to be forced themselves to run the ball about, as he said in the dugout, Lee Crooks, and as a result of that, they've got to be careful that no breaks are made in the middle of the field.
There, Anderson showing that if there was that little bit of depth, you have that much greater impetus as you come onto the pass.
That's right, and that's why it's important out on the outsides, because by the time everybody gets across there, you move it back quickly the other way, of course, and you get people head and footed in the middle of the field, and you can run round them.
Stedman did well to hold that pass. Is it going to be one of those days where one try might be sufficient? Stedman's kick will surely go dead. Shake of the head, but I think they'll all be relieved to get back to the baths. Graham Stedman, 10 tries already this season. That'll be a good time for him to get another for them. It's a well-timed pass. Second one not so well timed, and it was forward. Had a few of those today.
He's such a penetrative runner, is Ian Smales, that they've got him on the outside, obviously, because when a forward's out there and he runs strongly at a midfield player, of course, he has the strength to push him over, and that's what they're hoping he can do.
He's had an outstanding game, no doubt. French and Stedman again in harness. The timing of the pass then, but it came away from the hands, and well, they can't carry on. A real glue pot here at Featherstone Rovers. Post Office Road has been licked a few times. That's Sharp's boot putting it upfield now. We're going to see a lot of this, I think, in the second half. Ball being kicked dead.
Well, I think if they kick sensibly and wisely and look where the players are positioned and then move up, of course, instead of having to make drives at your own 25, which tires you out and makes you lax in defence, they are now getting up there. It's all going to be played, putting the pressure on Castleford to play the rugby and hoping that they'll put it past the floor so they can take the most of the opportunity.
Smales is in the tackling now, in the thick of things, halting Kevin Ward. Spirited. And they're looking to Stedman to deliver the ball at the right time. There could have been an interception there, and there is now. It was never a happy pass to hold on to. So can Featherstone use the wind? Tim Sharp's the disappointed player, but it wasn't the best pass to hold.
I'm surprised they elected to throw it wide then. It would have been better if it was forward coming onto it short and just taking the drive in, steadying it all up.
French switching it back for Stedman. And Stedman again, he looks dangerous. He does look so dangerous when he does that little shimmy and away he goes. Certainly knows his way around Post Office Road. It's awkward to handle, but Larder has done so, and he's overhead pass, basketball style, and Hardy loses it. The pick-up is by Smales again. Operation Fox. This time Newlove, and Newlove sets off down the right touchline. And he really does take some stopping. He's got to make sure he stays in play though. He's out now. Paul Newlove, 16 tries so far this season. Including a hat-trick here against Lee. But no one has yet got over the line legally today. A couple have been over the line and they've not counted. And again, Castleford doing really well in the scrums. And again, Stedman here. Oh, but the ball lost in the tackle just as he went down. Slithered away from his hands.
That was an important tackle then by Ian Smales, because he not only did he stop him going forward then, Graham Stedman, but he also made him drop the ball and give them possession back.
What a pass that was from Fox on his knees. Still aware enough to get the ball out. That really was cute. Clark, Gratian, and Sharp at the shoulder. Strong stuff from Featherstone now, and the fans behind the posts cheering in anticipation. Are we going to get a try at last? Oh, it's gone to ground, but it's fallen on, and 6 more tackles in touch the Castleford foot. It's a great chance for Featherstone as Alan Dakin goes to within 15 yards, and a penalty is awarded for the tackle by Sampson. And Sampson himself got injured in the knock. Well, Sampson's going to have to be careful, he's been spoken to already.
Yeah, but if you watch this in the tackle here, he does bring his elbow up here. Look at that, he caught him right under, and obviously he wanted to get him back, and he took a swing at him. There's no doubt at all about it, but the referee was there, and retaliation means a penalty.
Means a penalty, but no other retribution. So, for the first time, Featherstone can edge in front. Derek Fox, 4-2. St Giles looks to be limping a little bit to me as well, out on the Castleford right wing, so not easy moments for Daryl van der Velde. Funny, when you hit a bad trot, as Castleford have done, everything seems to go against you.
That's right. The thing is this, that I think that Daryl van der Velde, he's now going to talk to the players, because there are too many good players in that side not for it to perform properly. And I would have thought that, as I said earlier on in the programme, it's an attitude problem perhaps now, not a matter of being able to play, because we all know how well they can play.
Absolutely, they've been magnificent in certain matches this season for periods of the games. It's not always for the 80 minutes. That's a useful boot upfield as well. Smales who kicked it, and the tackle is good as well. Trevor Clark was up there.
The kick worked in unison with players following up as well. That's gained something like 70 yards, and again Castle were under pressure, have got to move the ball in these conditions to try and get out of danger.
Being fought like a cup tie, this one. Keith England gets his pass in. Stedman. He can't get his in. And once more, they're on the last tackle. So Featherstone have kept them pinned back there. French. Long and floated pass, and that wasn't forward. So here is Irwin, and he comes a cropper, and it's Featherstone's ball on the handover. Clawing mud down there now. Yeah, those boots must be extremely heavy. It's a well-timed pass from Clark. Soon got through those 5 tackles. And Fox took the only option open to him there, the little kick over the top. And the player who was tackled about 5 yards outside his own, Stedman it was, outside his own 25, ended up 5 yards inside it.
Yeah, it shows how aware Derek Fox is. Castleford haven't been using a sweeper. That is a player running behind, in between the full-back and the front line attack. And as a result, Fox spotted it, chipped it over the top, put a lot of pressure on the defence.
French and Stedman again, moving the ball off to Hardy, who's still in the possession, Jeff Hardy. French will kick. It eludes the Featherstone man, who's got it the second time around though. Mueller. Oh, dearie me. Well, it's fair enough he's something like that today, because you wouldn't have a clue which side anybody was on at times. The shirts are so muddy. That's just one of the problems. There's a bit of rain on some of our camera lenses, and the trainers have also been on to wipe mud out of a number of players' eyes. So problems all around, but we love our Sunday afternoon rugby league. Nothing's going to stop us. Or them. Not an easy one to take on. It's well fielded. Now this looks good. Not really a day for 80-yard tries though. The passing is good here from Castleford, very good indeed, and so is that ball from Anderson to Ellis. Now then, St John Ellis, he's out of the tackle, still going. Finally Chris Bibb comes across to say you're not going to go any further.
One of the problems that Peter Fox is talking about, they're under pressure now, they have to move the ball out, and that's exactly what they did. But it's first-class passing right along the line here, and St John Ellis now really knows he's got an opportunity. He shrugs off a would-be tackler, and it's only a brave defence by Chris Bibb that pushes him out.
Castleford coming down the hill here towards the village. Not far out. Samson spins away and puts his head down and rams it straight into the midriff of Alan Dakin. These are better moments for Castleford. They've withstood a lot. Now it's their turn to give a bit. This is dangerous. Running extremely problematical for Gary Frenchton. Kevin Ward comes. And then he gives the ball away to a Featherstone player.
They allowed themselves to be under a lot of pressure now of Featherstone, and instead of kicking the ball away, they've actually played it 5 times. They haven't gained 5-10 yards, and I would have thought after the last fight they wanted this ball as far downfield as they possibly could.
There it goes. Fox was listening to you. Won the knock on. Oh, it's a difficult one. Looked out to Ellis again. Decides to come inside this time. So he's seen more of the ball in the last 2 or 3 minutes than he saw in the whole of the first half. Stedman. They're still willing to throw it around, Cass. Well, we've had an hour at Post Office Road without a try. I can't ever recall that before, but there you go. Conditions not really aiding fast and open running rugby, as you can see. Beardmore. Still Beardmore. Terrific running from the Great Britain hooker. That was the best of Kevin Beardmore. And very good attacking work from Castleford as England took it on. There are chances this time. Strong plunge for the line might just do. Stedman was there twice. Now French. French's kick could be dangerous. When Rapati fumbles, the ball is kicked on, and is that a try for Steve Larder? Steve Larder's got it! It's taken an hour in coming, but Larder's tenacity paid off when Rapati fumbled the ball. 20 tries for him this season, and I wonder if there's going to be a more important one.
Featherstone have lived dangerously. They should have got the ball out of their 25 when they should have. They allowed the kick to go forward. What a blunder by the wing. Larder persistently scrambles his way across.
If at first you don't succeed, you'll get there in the end. He's had a fine game with Steve Larder. Graham Stedman with his left foot. Well, there'll be great relief on the Castleford bench. But, I'm sure that try will have inspired Peter Fox to say a few words. And he'll be wrapping out his message to the team. The try was worth 4 points. And that kick just fails to produce another 2. Not an easy day for kickers. 6 points to 4, and Cass regain the lead.
Well, it's a superb kick by Gary French, right across the face. I mean, why he didn't drop one in the first place, I have no idea. He allowed it to go behind his back, the centre did. But Phil Larder was knowing that there was an opportunity for him, and he took it.
So the substitute making his debut is Aaron Pelele, who was with Nottingham City at the start of this season. There's a big roar because there's been a knock-on by Castleford behind their own line. What a time for Aaron Pelele to come on. Featherstone would love to get right back into it. Smales might be the man. He's had a towering game at loose forward. Both sides so badly need to win this one to preserve First Division status. Gratian and Fox trying to dart into that gap. Again it's Gratian, and there's a gap here, and he's 5 yards out, and he's on the 5th tackle as well. So once more, they'll have to be quick, they'll have to be slick. Fox is slick enough. And, it's going to be tackled back behind his own line, so it'll be a drop out between the posts.
Never stops thinking, does Derek Fox. Took the play with him to the right, got the players going with him and crossed the kick back inside then. The player took the ball in his own defensive goal area and was tackled instantly, giving him the ball back yet again to try for even more pressure.
This is an important kick. Needs as much distance as possible. Into the wind, that's not easy. Chris Bibb takes it on the burst, and Bibb goes for the line, and now the pass is out to Smales, who gets it back for Bibb. Again, they're only 6 or 7 yards out. Smales and Bibb at the heart of things once more. Heaven knows Featherstone are trying hard enough. Roared on by their fans behind those posts. Cross the line. Now it's Castleford's turn to tackle everything in sight. There comes Pelele. Quarter of an hour to go, and what a quarter of an hour it promises to be. The score only 6-4. Desperate defensive work. Last tackle once more. Smales is calling for it over on this side of the field. He really does fancy his chances today. They're trying to get Gratian over, are they? No, it's Castleford's ball again. It's good running, very good indeed. These really gruelling conditions. That was Neil Batty. England, good ball inside. Sampson and another ball inside, and this is effective work from Castleford. Beardmore just about able to pick himself up. Gratian again, a good ball. This time it's Newland. Now there's a great chance over there, but once more, the tackle was good by Kevin Ward. Newlove. We've simply got to use up the tackles. Here's a chance now, and Ripati can make up for his mistake. Ripati heads for the corner. Grounded, he's there. Ripati's in at the corner. He's made up for his mistake. Eva Ripati goes home to New Zealand next week to start a university course, and he, more than anybody on this field, wanted to try.
Well, we've said about the conditions for most of this game, saying how difficult it is, but the passing here is textbook style. Every pass was made to count. Ripati, who made that fatal mistake at the bottom end, has his opportunity, and doesn't he take it well?
You might call that a bit of a scramble. He won't care. 15 tries. And he's only got one more game to play for the club, but he's been a very popular player at Post Office Road. From a great rugby league playing family, of course.
Well, when you saw him get up off the floor, being congratulated by his teammates, he had a smile big enough to envelope the ground.
Well, the crowd were roaring the try. Are they going to roar the goal? No. A word of instruction has just gone out to Derek Fox from the bench. His side are ahead again at 8-6.
I mean, look at the passing movement. We've talked about it, haven't we? But I mean, it really is timing of the pass perfectly. Even as far as that. Now, the party, when he gets this pass, he's only one thing on his mind here now, to make up for that blunder that he made a few minutes ago. And he really does. He shimmers, stretches for the corner. Down it goes.
8 points to 6. There have been some close derby matches between these sides. They drew in the Yorkshire Cup this season before Featherstone won a dramatic replay. 2 points in it again now. Be a brave man to predict the outcome of this one. Oh, he's so wily.
Making life difficult for him because, of course, the kicker has got to have time to kick it, and Smales gets into that one.
10 minutes to go. 8 points to 6. Featherstone in front. There's another face is buried in the mud. Well, these fellas have earned their money today. Beardmore's ball for Sampson. Almost can't run into the wind. Steadman badly wants to be a winner today. So did Irwin then as he came across to continue the move. Now the kick through. Oh, Fox managed to nudge it back. Falele. Once more, Fox will put boot to ball and he'll kick for touch. It's going to go behind the dead ball line. It's going to be a tap on the 25. Went into the in-goal area. And you're bound to see this substitution. That shirt looks totally transparent out there compared with the rest. Graham Southernwood is the man on, and Kevin Beardmore has come off.
Yeah, Kevin's played well this afternoon. He's done sterling work in the scrums, to which he is the Great Britain hooker. But not only that, he's been involved in most of Castleford's good play.
Now it's Castleford's turn to show us how to handle the ball. And there could have been a fatal drop there. Fatal to Castleford's chances, that would have been. Scrum, as you see, referee Whitfield signals. Well, nobody's leaving this one. It's a Featherstone ball. The ball hung in the wind there as Newlove was about to take it. Fox went left, went right. Now they've got him. Here's Gratian. He loves his Sunday afternoons in this sort of conditions, I'll tell you. That's a good ball. Smales did really well to hold on to it. It's on the last tackle now, so they've got through with 5. Now Fox will kick, and there are 3 of them charging up here. That had to be a good take. Ward has had an excellent game at full-back.
Yes, he has. He's planned it well. He's stayed well back. He's collected every kick with total confidence, and he has picked Castleford up time and time again when they've been in trouble.
Now it's out to St John Ellis, who surely can't get around Rapati. Sampson, who needs all his strength to get that far. French. Featherstone's tackling as good as it always is here at Post Office Road. Actually, I say that earlier in the season they weren't tackling as well as normal, but they've got that part of their game right. 5 minutes to go here. Is there going to be a sting in the tail one way or the other? Larder takes the pass, comes down the touchline. Great work from Steve Larder. The long pass in for Ellis. The French fumbles it. Featherstone can pick it up. Well, that was Terry Manning who picked it up, and everything happened in that. The ball being switched over to that right touchline now. They're coming back infield, and it is all happening here. Alan Banks keeps the move going. Well, I wonder what's like down on the touchline. Nick. Oh, and this looks marvellous for Featherstone. Terrific break again by Sharp. Paleli can mark his debut with a try. Paleli, if he can ground it, he's done it! What a debut! Aaron Paleli writes his name into the Featherstone record books, I would think. The substitute who comes on and scores a try almost immediately. It's his second try because he got one for Nottingham City earlier this season against Halifax.
So the conditions are really bad, but both sides have continued to try and play as much football as they can. This is a sterling break. The defence is up too flat on that situation. Pushed them off. Times his pass just right. Ball goes to ground. Booted forward here. Brady picks it up and steamrollers his way toward the line. No one's going to stop him. What about that?
Well, this was far more important, with all due respect to Nottingham, than the try he scored for them. Paleli takes Featherstone much clearer. Fox can't take them clearer still. Nonetheless, it's looking good now at 12 points to 6. Let's go down to Nick.
Peter Smith, you must be living every moment of this, aren't you?
Oh, it's also nice to beat Castleford. I think they've got it in bag now with 3 minutes to go. That makes it 3 wins and a draw for us over Castle, which is great this season.
Just tell us how the lads will try and play this last 3 minutes now.
Well, they've got to play it tight now, keep hold of the ball and then kick it downfield as far as possible, play it in Castleford's 25.
You're going to enjoy watching it or not?
Certainly am. I'm going to enjoy it in 3 minutes' time.
Peter, thanks very much. John?
Well, I hope he's not too premature from his point of view, because the ball went straight back into Castleford's hands, and a try and a goal would, of course, bring the scores level. It's definitely not all over yet. Sampson. Only 2 minutes to go. So the countdown is this. Scrum down and countdown together. Well picked up, superbly picked up by Anderson. And it was Tim Sharp who made that terrific break for Featherstone to set up Paleli's try. French with the up and under. Who'd fancy taking this one? Comes back on the Castleford side, but penalty awarded to Cass. They've got to run it. They do run it. Southernwood and then Hardy. There's a player flat out, but hardly anybody's noticing him, unfortunately, at the moment, because everything is on the game. Oh, and here's a chance under the post. Is it going to be a try for Castleford right at the end? The referee looks and can't give it because he's not quite made it. What a melee, what a muddle. He did well to spot Paleli going over. What's going to happen here? Can Castleford snatch at least a draw, if not a victory? A minute to go. Castleford fans desperately hoping for a score. Oh, the ball is lost. And that could be the last chances for Castleford as well.
That's right, they do make things difficult for themselves, Featherstone. From scoring that try, the kick-off, that was given all the pressure, knocking the ball on. This is really fine stuff, and they've interpassed quite well at times. One can't understand why they haven't continued to do it. But he goes for the line here, and he's held now by 2-3 tacklers. He's swivelling all the time, he goes there, but the referee's there, and he certainly wasn't over.
Referee Whitfield has missed nothing. Well, we're into injury time here, and Castleford have lost 6 in a row, and it could be 7 in a row. As Fox puts out the pass, Castleford pick it up. But Featherstone could be 5 wins for them on the trot. And against Castleford as well, it means so much more to them. Oh, the ball is picked up for Featherstone by Manning. Well, another one where they would obviously seal it, but it's 12 points to 6. We're in injury time, and it's looking like 2 points for Featherstone in their bid to stay in Division 1. And a victory would increase Castleford's worries. Smales has had a marvellous match at loose forward, and there he was again in the thick of things. And there could yet be another score. No, there won't. It's all over. And it's Featherstone's day. Featherstone's points. Peter Fox walks back to his dressing room as calm as you like. Not many people here are calm. Castleford go down by 6 points to 12. And Featherstone have had to work every second of the 80 minutes for this success. Muddy marbles, they'll say. And there are the details of this victory. Tries then for Rapati, one of his last appearances, and for the substitute for Lely to go with those 2 Fox goals. Just one Steve Larder effort for Castleford and a Graham Stedman goal. 12 points to 6. Now, what about the Stones bidder man of the match out of that one, David?
Well, there were difficult conditions here this afternoon. There were some commendable individual performances on Featherstone's side. Some say Trevor Clark, Derek Fox, but for me, the man of the match award goes to Ian Smales. He's really stood out this afternoon with a fine performance. He positioned himself well on the outside, some good runs and good valuable tackling all afternoon.